I can see her. I can see her looking up right now. Her eyes are looking up in the towards the ceiling. Like, what is he talking about? Now she's looking down at the computer. Probably put a hand on her face, trying to rub it to think about it, and you still don't have it.
I'm sorry.
Want me to tell you? Want me to tell you?
It's been a rough night. Yes.
It's Bobby Bonilla Day. He gets his $1 million on the 1st of every July. It's National Bobby Bonilla Day.
Oh my goodness! What in the world are you talking about?
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
That's a national holiday. It's the smartest contract ever written in life for someone's contract.
So we have a player foregoing millions of dollars for not playing for the season, opting out, and then we have him not playing, just contract deal, and he just doesn't play and he gets money.
I am not mad at him at all. Can you imagine retiring and every year someone is still kicking you down $1 million?
Shoot. I'll take that deal.
That is great.
Oh my goodness.
All right, I'm sorry.
No, you got me off my train of thought, and now I don't remember what I was going to say. Look what you did to me. Oh my goodness.
It's all your fault. You're the one who forgot Bobby Bonilla.
Goodness. Thanks for the reminder.
But, no worries. But I know you want to talk about Cam, if that helps.
Yes. So that's where I was going to is so we have these the players who are opting out and deciding not to play or making the decisions of not playing because of family or risking those situations. Like you mentioned, we do forget that they're human. This is something that's affecting everybody. Everybody. So yes, granted, they're going to think, is it safe for them? Is it safe for their family? Do they want to be away from their family for that long? And just every effect that it's going to have on not only on them but on their lives as well. So with NFL, before moving on to Cam, but with the NFL, and part of we talked about this over the weekend, was players starting to hide their symptoms because they want to play, specifically the NFL. They have probably more to lose than in any other league. How long before we start not only the NFL seeing that, but maybe any other league? Yes, there's the testing. Like MLB is going to be doing 2 different types of testing. One to see if they have the virus. One if they had the virus, they're going to do an antibodies test. NBA, they're going to do testing as well, but are there players going to start hiding it some way somehow? Or maybe try to look the other way to get maybe players going and not have the teams being affected. Like, how long before we see that? Or maybe you and I have talked about it. Just even and it's probably end up playing with with symptoms, even not hiding it, but playing with knowing that they have those symptoms and still playing, and everybody else knowing and taking that risk.
Well, the thing with the NFL is they're going to have to, obviously, like other things, they're going to mandate it because football players are never going to self-tell. We see football players get their bells rung, and they'll still go out and try to play with a concussion. A football player's mentality is completely different. You have to be borderline nuts to play football anyway. Just because of the hits and the pain that your body takes. So you got to be borderline nuts to play anyway. So, yeah, they're not going to self-tell. If a guy's making $400,000 a year on special teams, and he knows that if he gets, an injury, they may go out and find someone else that can do the same thing for the same amount of money. No big deal. So they're going to not say anything because the best ability in football is availability. So unless football mandates, and I'm sure they are, mandates a certain amount of tests and temperature checks, there's no way. We heard from a former NFL player in Jamel Fleming. They're not going to tell on themselves. It's just not going to happen. So my curiosity comes in. I did the math on this. If you test just 16 weeks, 3 tests a week, and that's if you do only the players and the coaching staff, you're talking 81,000 tests over 16 weeks. That's just the coaching staff, the minimum amount of coaches and the players. 81,000 tests over 16 weeks. I'm curious to see them do that, if they actually do the full test. That's a lot of tests. And which takes me back to what I said before. We're talking about something for our entertainment as opposed to something for real life. And when you have cities like here in Phoenix where people are having a hard time getting a test, or other cities where people are still complaining that they really can't get a test, how do you justify making 81,000 tests available just so we can be entertained? And if they're not making those 81,000 tests available just so we can be entertained, then you get people that are going to play no matter what symptom they have. And then if you have that, guess what you have? People that will come down with it. And if people come down with it, then people spread it. They're not playing in a bubble. They're going to go home, and then they're going to spread it. And the people they live with, then they're going to spread it. See, that's why I said it's more than just our entertainment factor. There's more to it than that.
Yeah. Seems like it's all coming around full circle again.
It's craziness.
It is. Talking about craziness, well, New England Patriots signed Cam Newton to a 1-year deal. And then Ron Rivera comes out saying that he's not betting against Cam Newton. Wants to see video that he's indeed, recovered from his injury and that he can he's actually ready to play. What are your thoughts on that?
If Cam is healthy, no, I wouldn't. If Cam is healthy, okay. We keep forgetting. Before Cam got hurt the last time, Carolina was 6-2 and rolling. Cam once led a team to 15-1 and to a Super Bowl appearance. So if he's healthy and you put him in that with a coach like Bill Belichick who can devise ways to win, I wouldn't bet against Cam. But the whole thing is he healthy? That's the key. Is he healthy enough to do this? If he's healthy, it's on. It's on and cracking. He's going to show up, and they're going to show out. But it all boils down to, is he healthy? That's the key.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Coming back from an injury, it's not easy. It doesn't matter what type of injury it is, whether it's, the foot, your shoulder, arm, whatever type of injury it is. It's not easy, whether it's minor or major. You're gonna have your time that you need to recover from it and then getting into those practices. And with the Patriots, they're no joke. He's gonna have to prove himself. We've said this before. He's gonna have to prove himself that he's ready and to play to play football, and then the other one, whether he becomes the starting QB or he's backup. We still have that to be determined. But I think he has a shot. And like you said, yes, we do forget what he did with the Panthers and those records. So he has a shot. Not betting against them, but don't doubt it either. That he can come back and do what he did when he was in Carolina.
Yeah, Cam is going to be fine. Look, either way, they can't lose. Either you have an MVP as your backup or you have an MVP as your starter. You can't go wrong.
Yeah. They both got a great deal out of that, and neither one is going wrong, and you can't lose. Like I said, yeah, you can't lose. Because even if they lose their starting QB for whatever reason, let's say they have Cam, experience, MVP.
Yeah, that's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and then even if he's not in that place now, there's still plenty of time to get him there. Belichick, Belichick, we know the kind of coach he is. He's gonna push you. He's gonna drive you and get better and be better. And if you want to be part of the team, if you want to win, etc. He's in that. I think he's in that right environment. Right.
Well, he's in an environment then he's in an environment where he has a shot to be a starter, which is something other teams probably couldn't have done for him. And that's the biggest thing, because he wouldn't be starting if he went to a lot of other teams, because they're not going to supplant who they already have in as a starting quarterback. So just him going there tells you that it's a spot that he could start and play right away if he's healthy. And we got to remember, a lot of this has to do with when football can get back in, because it's a new system for him. I'm sure the tweaks that they'll put into their system will be new for the Patriots with Josh McDaniel as OC. So a lot of this has to do with how soon can they get people there, get them playing, get acclimated, get practices. Our good friend Ed Smith said basically it's like a choreography on offense. Everyone has to be working, in concert with each other. Well, the longer that teams have to stay apart, that's going to be harder for everybody, not just Cam and the Patriots. It's going to be harder for every team. It's going to be hard for Tom Brady to go down there and learn a new system. The teams that have played together, they're going to have a leg up. So no matter how good Cam is, no matter how good Belichick is, and I think they can make that work and be great, but it's all going to come down to practice time and who gets out the gates quickly. Now, they have an advantage. Their division sucks. So if they don't get out the gate super fast, it's not going to be, the death knell for them, unlike it would be with other teams.
Right. You said it for me.
So, yeah.
So it's been an interesting weekend, just interesting week of sport, and it's only going to get more intense from here. There's so much happening and to happen. So I'm intrigued, very, very intrigued.
Yeah, it's fun. This is fun.
Yeah. So happy baseball day!
Hey, Bobby Bonilla Day.
I don't know how many times I want to say that. I'm hopeful. I know there's it's chances. The